Hi, this is Jess Mahler, and this is my course analysis for Module 3, and I will be reviewing ACTE 625, Technology and Assessment for Learning. I am also currently enrolled in this course, so that is why I chose to review it, because I'm currently working through the modules as well as this class. And I'm also going to be using the QM Standards K through 12 rubric to review this course. So the first general standard in the QM standards is course overview and introduction. So I felt that this course really covered most of them. So one that I wanted to point out was 1.1, which is instructions made clear to learners how to get started and where to find essential course components. So this professor literally just made a whole module where you should get started. They have a ton of great information. So course overview, syllabus, schedule, our first discussion post, and then there were also a lot of other helpful resources that students can use if they ever ran into any problems or had questions. This course also provided a very detailed syllabus, so that also covered Standard 1.2, which was learners are introduced to the purpose and structure of the course, as well as Standard 1.6, standards of academic integrity are clearly stated. So throughout this, she goes over all of the different information, what we will be learning, course goals, what is expected of the learners, academic honesty policy, as well as other university information, modules, and references that are used. And then any other questions can be directed to the links that were provided here. So I thought that was great. They have all of the information located in one central location. The instructor also provided communication expectations for the course. So this was also known as netiquette. They also provided how they will be grading discussion posts. So I thought this was helpful for students to know, and it also aligns with Standard 1.5, which is etiquette expectations for online discussions, email, and other forms of communication are clearly stated. So that was also covered in the course overview and introduction standard. And the last standard that I'm going to discuss from the course overview and introduction general standard is 1.7. The self-introduction by the instructor is appropriate and is clearly available in the course. So within Module 0, there was a course welcome. So there is a little introduction from the professor, as well as information about their background information, and then contact info in case any students need to get in touch with them. So again, I thought this was a really great setup. They covered all of the bases in the general standard, course overview, and introduction. So now I will discuss QM standard number 2, which is learning objectives, competencies. This was covered in standard 2.1, which is course level learning objective or competencies are measurable and describe what learners will be able to demonstrate as a result of successfully completing the course. So in the syllabus in this online course, we have the course description, what we will be learning about in the course, and by the end of the course, the different goals that students will be able to achieve. In each of the modules, the professor provides an overview, which goes through all of the different areas that need to be completed in order to successfully achieve completion of the module. Standards 2.2 and 2.4 are both covered in these module overviews, where the professor provides the learning targets. So by the end of this module, you'll be able to do the following, and they bullet point list it out. So essential ideas from the chapter and essential ideas from the different technology resources we will be using. Standard 2.2 is the module objectives or competencies describe outcomes that are measurable and consistent with the course level objectives. And Standard 2.4 is learning objectives or competencies are designed and written for the target student audience. Next, I will discuss QM standard number 3, which is assessment and measurement. So the first three that I'm going to talk about are standards 3.1, 3.2, and 3.4, which can be found in the module overviews. So standard 3.1 says the types of assessments in the course measure the stated learning objectives or competencies, are consistent with learning activities and resources, and their relationship with learning objectives or competencies is clearly stated. 3.2 says specific and descriptive criteria are provided for the evaluation of learners' work and assist the instructor in determining the level of achievement of learning objectives and competencies. And 3.4, multiple methods of assessment strategies are included based on specified learning objectives or competencies and learner need. So I have the Module 2 assessments screen here. These are the assessments just for this module. So there's a reading quiz provided, there is a product, and there's also discussion posts. So they incorporate a lot of different assignments in order to assess their learners' progress towards the intended learning outcome. The discussion assignment aligns with Standard 3.3. Assessment strategies provide learners with opportunities to reflect on their progress towards meeting course requirements and mastering learning objectives or competencies. The discussion posts allow learners to reflect on their own needs in their classroom as well as respond to other learners in the classroom. So, for this specific course, we're supposed to post as well as respond to two peers. So, this fosters that communication and reflection in the classroom. Next, I will discuss QM standard number 4, instructional materials. This instructor provided a lot of different formats for information provided in the course. For example, they posted screencasts, they provide other videos, they have links, they have things embedded, as well as our textbook that we are required to have for the class. So there's lots of different materials used, and it's very clearly labeled which materials we should use for which assignments. So this ties into standards 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.6, and 4.7. Standard 4.1 is the instructional materials contribute to the achievement of stated course learning objectives or competencies, and their relationship with learning objectives or competencies is clearly stated. 4.2 instructional materials are integrated within the context of each lesson and their intended use is clear. 4.3 the course content is appropriate to the reading level of the intended learners. 4.4 the instructional materials have sufficient breadth, depth, and currency. 4.6 the course content strives to reflect a culturally diverse perspective that is free from bias. And 4.7, the course is free from adult content and avoids unnecessary advertisements. So as far as instructional materials goes, this course provides a lot of great information. And since it is on the D2L Millersville platform, there are no advertisements or adult content. And the last standard under instructional materials is 4.5. All instructional materials used in the course are appropriately cited. So this is the syllabus page, and as you can see here, all the references are cited, and this is everything that we will be using throughout the entire course. And it's nice that it's located all in one place so that you can reference this at any time. The next QM standard that I will be discussing is number 5, learning activities and learner interaction. Standard 5.1 states the learning activities promote achievement of the stated learning objectives or competencies, and their relationship with learning objectives or competencies is clearly stated. So this is just in a module overview. We have the learning targets up top here, and then down below are the assignments. So as you can see, they're connected. We have the chapter 3 right here, chapter 3 here, and then technology, and then other technology down here as well. Standard 5.2 states learning activities provide opportunities for learner content interaction that support active learning And 5.3, learning activities provide opportunities for learner-instructor and learner-to-learner interaction. So both of these are accomplished based on the assignments and especially the discussion posts, because we are required to post and reply to 2 peers. So we are getting out learner to learner interaction, and the instructor also comments on our discussion posts as well. So they are very active in the course. The next QM standard is number 6, course technology. Standard 6.1 states course tools support the learning objectives or competencies. Standard 6.2 states course tools facilitate student engagement and promote active learning. I think both of these are covered in this course because it is very clear what the objectives are, and it is very easy to be actively involved in the course. The instructor organizes everything. They provide video explanations. They provide links to other information, and they make it very clear what the learner's expectations are in order to progress in the learning process. This also covers Standard 6.4, which states course tools and technologies are current. All of these videos that the instructor has posted all work, as well as all of the links are still up to date and current. I have not found anything yet with a broken link or something that does not work properly. The next QM standard is number 7, learner and instructor support. So this instructor covered all 4 of the QM standards. So 7.1 states the course instructions articulate or link to a clear description of the technical support offered and how to obtain it. 7.2, course instructions articulate or link to academic support services and resources that can help learners succeed in the course. 7.3, the course articulates or links the resources to support effective course facilitation. And 7.4, course instructions articulate or link to the institution's accessibility policies and services. So the instructor has all of these different pages posted. Students can also post in the discussion board if they just have a question, and other students are able to join in and answer that. There's a whole list of different university supports. So actually going into this, it's more than just like how to log in. It's different things like help with writing, help with going to the library, accessing the books in the library, tutoring center. So there's a lot of different ways to get help, not just specific to the course, but as far as the whole institution. So this course did cover all 4 of standard number 7, learner and instructor support. The last QM standard is number 8, accessibility and usability. Standard 8.1 states course navigation is logical, consistent, efficient, and intuitive. This course is very neatly organized. Obviously, it goes in order from modules. You can click through each of the modules at a time, and they all start off with an overview, which I think is very nice. It's always, click on the overview, see what your expectations are, and then work through the rest of the module. So I enjoy the consistency between that. Every single week is the same, and I know where to start. Standard 8.2 states the course design facilitates readability. The course is very organized. Again, there's not too much information. If you click into each page, it will give you more detailed information, but it is still very organized. Things are bolded, numbered. There are different images to help signify like what is the learning target, what is the assignment you need to complete. So it's very easy to read. And standard 8.5, course multimedia facilitates ease of use. Everything in this course has been working. The videos that the instructor provides helps give me a better sense of what I am to do for each assignment, all the expectations. So overall, I think that the instructor did a great job fostering credibility and clarity at a distance. For credibility, they were very trustworthy, reliable. They would check in with us and make sure that we were understanding the content, sending out reminders when things were due. Um, in addition to the trust, they had competence, dynamism, and immediacy. They were able to deliver that coherent, organized instruction. They had lots of passion, and it was very clear that they enjoyed teaching their content area. They also connected it to the relevance of being a teacher and being an online teacher. And last but not least, they were very accessible, easy to get to if we had any questions. And also, they definitely emphasized why we were learning this and why is it important for us as educators. For their clarity, they were very clear in what our expectations were and what we will be learning in this course. They were very organized. They explained the tasks, how they were relevant and accurate. They linked everything to the learning objectives and outcomes. They provided great examples, exemplars to look at in order to give us ideas. They supported us moving from guided work into more independent work. And last but not least, the assessment of student learning. They were able to provide feedback in a timely manner, and if needed, we could reach out and get support on any assignments we need help on. So, as far as clarity and credibility, this instructor did a great job with this course, and I think it is pretty good as far as the QM standards. Looking at all the things, they had most of everything based on those standards.